Good morning, dear friends. I want to hear energy. Good morning, dear friends. Good, good. Ladies and gentlemen, we had very interesting meetings in President residency, and he spoke to some of us who could come to the residency about the importance of our organization and how we can change things. I think that we can change the world because everyone who presents here representing very big communities around the world. We have here 40 representatives from 40 nations. 500 representatives for 400. Okay, good. But it was very difficult to come to Israel in these days because the flights canceling and the problems with many companies that don't want to fly, and you have to connect the flights to come to Israel. But we see here many people who succeed to come to Israel and to support Israel in these very complicated days. We see the war against Israel in every front we can imagine. It's not only from Hamas, it's not only Iran, it's not only Syria, Yemen, and other countries. It's even from Europe. It's from Hague. It's from the places who have to defend the democracy, to have to defend the people who attacked, who have defend and to see and to make a justice with all what we can imagine, but they do the opposite things. The people who represent the court of Hague, they forgot who started this war and why this war is started. I see here the delegation from Indonesia. Before the 7th of October, we were very close to diplomatic ties and peace process with Indonesia, and not only, with Saudi too. We was very close to normalization with this very important country in Muslim world. But in 7th of October, Hamas attacked and all this normalization stopped. So we can understand what could happen even to Palestinians if Israel will normalize their ties with Saudi Arabia. Saudi is always talking about Palestinians' questions, issues, and they want to find the solution for this. So why they attacked? It's against their interests. They attacked us because it was interest of Iran. They attacked us because they don't want normalization. They attacked us because they want to continue the war. They don't want normalization with Palestinians. There is nothing with Palestinians' issues. And they made their own people as the human shields. So, in Hague, attacked us because we want to defend ourselves. This is one thing what we want to do. We won't destroy Hamas because Hamas declare that not only Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran, and others, proxies of Iran, declare openly that they want to genocide Jewish people in Israel. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. This is the declaration. It's a very clear declaration. and they trying in Hague to explain that some of our members of parliament or some of our members of our ministries explain that they want to genocide Palestinians. Palestinians live in Israel everywhere, not only in Gaza Strip or in Gaza. They live in Jerusalem, they live in Galilee, in Negev. Everywhere in Israel, they have equal rights. What genocide they are talking about? The war is going only in Gaza Strip, only where Hamas hide their weapon. So why I'm talking about this issue today? Usually I speak about dialogue and about things that everybody agree about that, but today we can see the big lie is going on. In the international community who have to defend a free world, we see the opposite actions. They do all to prevent from Israel to defend their citizens. Even today we have almost 100 people who left their houses in the north of Israel. 100,000 people, yes, sorry. So nobody in the world talking about that. Nobody in the world talking about the aggression of Hezbollah. It's another more powerful organization, terrorist organization. So we have a lot of work to do, dear friends. We have to explain to our governments, to our parliamentarians, to our diplomats, what we have to do to defend the free world, because we represent here the free world. And Nick said yesterday when I called our enemies to read the book, he said, yes, but they read other books. Yes, of course, I read many books too. And we understand what they wrote in the book. But I think we understand what book we are talking about. And sometimes we don't agree between Jews and Christians about some things in this book, but this is the dialogue between us. And we can speak about that openly, one to each other. And this is the reason why we gather together here in Jerusalem, in other cities in the world, to explain one to each other what the difference, what we want, how we want to see this world. So even they read Quran, and many Qurans it's not one book, but even in this book, they wrote that this land belongs to Jews. So they can read their book too. And I said they have to educate themselves always. You know, since we left Gaza almost 20 years ago, 19 years ago, the education in Gaza, and not only talking about killing Jews, 20 years, we left Gaza 100%. We gave them all the land of Gaza. On all this time, they're teaching their kids, the generation of kids, of hateness of Jews and killing Jews. And who wants to kill? Israel established after the war, and United Nations gave two-state solution at the start. And we established the country and they start the war. And during all the history, they continue fighting us. And we build our country, and we will continue to build our country. And we will never educate our people to kill others like they are doing. Thank you very much. And I would like to bring this message for the peace, for the dialogue, for education to the nations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Robert.